Hello there, friends. It's Mr. E here. I don't know, I'm like doing hello today. It's some Swedish, I guess. So yeah, we have completed our Dark Rites, the event. So it's time to come check out the Dark Rites and see what is on offer here. We have the 500 Aqulias, obviously, but there might be some other cool information in here. Hint, hint. But we have to go over what has already been shared and show all this cool little bit of leaks of information we got. And if you want extra, even more information about Skitarii, if you want some Skitarii tomorrow, in fact, there is going to be Skitarii tomorrow. It's at the PC Gaming Show. So the PC Gamer is hosting a PC Gaming Show, and it is at 3 p.m. Eastern or 12 p.m. Pacific tomorrow, the 7th of June. So keep an eye out for that, because I'm guessing it's going to be Skitarii gameplay, which would be freaking epic. Maze balls. So yeah, well, I'll be obviously covering it here, so if you can't tune in on time, that's okay. Just check the channel. I will be watching it, reacting to it, and then uploading a video, so you'll have everything all set to go. Okay, with that being said, let's get underway here and let's go ahead and go over everything that's been shared so far. So we have the justification for why we add mech yada yada in Tertium. Obviously, there have always been add mech in Tertium because it's a Forge world, and you can't have a Forge world with no add mech. Then we have Branks Minor, which is another Forge world, and this Forge world is in the same system as Atoma Prime, and this is this was the original like big Forge world within the Mobian domain. And that is also featured here because Branks Minor is one of the Forge worlds that you can select as your home world for your Skitarii. And I believe they will have white robes with the sort of blue armor. And then we had the Mono Servo Skull, which pretty much to me is saying these are the things that your Servo Skull is going to be able to do. It can perform Medicae on injured comrades, it can engage enemy combatants, and it can somehow protect targets. Pretty cool. I don't exactly know how it's going to be controlled, but hey, you know, it's definitely going to be to do with our blitz abilities. I don't know. It's cool. I like the idea. I've always really liked the dog and how autonomous it is. If this thing can actually like go and be set to cover a certain ally, that would be awesome. I was always kind of hoping that the dog would be able to do that, like just be set to follow another ally or to guard a certain area. That would be sick if this skull could do that. Then we had the arc rifle. So we haven't talked about this one yet, so I'll take a little bit of time here to break down my thoughts. The first thing I notice here is that they're talking about Skitarii Vanguard and Ranger squads. Ranger is going to be our default archetype for the Skitarii. You can tell because they keep showing the Skitarii in like Ranger configuration with their galvanic rifles, which is a very much Ranger weapon. And we also just have like, you know, the data mined ultimate that they have, which gives them pretty much like auto aim, more or less. So yeah, it's Ranger squad, but then also Vanguard. So Vanguard is the thing that I thought was going to be one of the archetypes, and to me there's more and more signs pointing to it every day, including one we'll get to in a second. So yeah, we've got this weapon that has these permacapacitors store ancient energy that is charged and then unleashed to devastating effect. This Branks pattern variant eschews the bulky priming packs and cabling for a replaceable activator coil. The loss of ammunition, longevity, and stability is considered an acceptable price to pay for the increased mobility the Branks pattern arc rifle provides. So what I'm thinking they're saying here, it's not saying that there's multiple variants, it's saying that this variant here of the overall like way these weapons normally work is it doesn't have a battery pack that you wear on your back. Right? It doesn't have a backpack to go with it. So this one, basically more or less, if it had that battery pack, you could just shoot all day. It's literally infinite energy. I mean, I think even in lore, like these capacitors store thousands of years worth of energy. So it'd be very interesting to see how this weapon works. Like, is this weapon going to be energy like ammo independent? Maybe this weapon works off of your core energy on your class. Maybe this weapon like has a recharge where it's kind of like inverse of the Psyker staff, where you have so much battery you can use and you got to let it kind of like be, you know, charge back up a while before you can pull it out again. Curious to see how they make that work. I also think that maybe there is a charge mechanic here. So as they say, it's charged and then unleashed. So I'm guessing that there is an option to hold down the trigger and get a bigger zap. I'm really hoping that it like lights up, like you start to see the lights get like bigger and bigger as you hold on the trigger. That would be sick. I can't wait to see how these things are animated and how they work. They look so beautiful. I'm really hoping for some awesome in-game effects. Then we have the transonic weapons. Again, beautiful. I love this. I love this. And it's also making me think that like this is going to animate up the blade. You know what I mean? Like this is going to kind of like little waves that kind of like up the blade. Now, this says transonic weapons are prized by the warriors of the Skitarii legions of the Adeptus Mechanicus. When activated, these weapons emit a low, insistent buzz that makes stomachs turn and eyes vibrate in their sockets, caused by the sonic field generators. So, when activated, so what I'm thinking is that these weapons have an activated state and an unactivated state. That you can turn them on and they do this, and they're like glowing like that. And then what happens is when it's not a passive effect, it's an active effect. The weapon's machine spirit actively adjusts its hostile sonic field to attune to the resonant frequency of their target's armor, allowing them to slice straight through. So what I'm guessing is you activate it like this, and then while it's activated, any enemy you hit, it's like, okay, you hit flak. Now you will deal more damage to flak until you change targets, right? So yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a different version of, we have like Relentless as a buff or a blessing in the game where when you hit the same target over and over, it does like more damage each time. Could be similar to that. I'm struggling to find a way mentally to justify like how this is any different than Uncanny Strike or like Brittleness on hit or whatever, but I'm certain they'll find something to make this kind of unique. Definitely really liking the look though. This is looking sick. And then we've got the Phosphor Blast Pistol, as I talked about previously. This is one that I'm super excited for. So this weapon is going to have the ability to shoot this white orb of phosphor. It hits the enemy, inflicts grievous damage, so it's going to be like a magnum, right? And then it burns the enemy, sticks to the target and burns them. And then if they don't die, it marks the target, which makes them, you know, get shot by other things. Now, TBD, if this actually like has an effect that increases the damage the target takes, maybe it will like make their get stacks of brittleness so they take more damage from the targets. Maybe it makes your servo skull prioritize that target, which would make sense because it's automatically targeting stuff. But one thing I'm really curious, and one thing I definitely want to test with this, is seeing like how this works with the illumination, like the lighting mechanics in darktide, because there's some areas of certain maps like Dark Communion where they weren't lying about the name of the map. It's Dark Communion, and you're like in the little catacombs underneath the thing and you can't see anything. But if this actually like flare guns and lights up the place, that would be sick, because this basically is just like a fancy ass revolver flare gun. That would be awesome if this has lighting effects that are cast in the environment, because Darktide's lighting effects can be really cool at times. And then also I really want to see how this thing animates. Like, it looks sick if those cylinders are rotating and stuff. Yeah, I'm very jazzed for that. And then finally, we have the one we unlocked today, which came with 300 Aqulias. So grab those Aqulias, guys. The Skitarii Alpha Primus. Look at that art. I mean, I'm obviously going to grab this and put it in the thumbnail, okay? I mean, what else is it going to be? That is such a sick look. And you're not going to put that here if you can't fucking get that in the game. And note that is not the deluxe edition, right? That means there's a different, like, there's other sets. And that is a Vanguard look, if I've ever seen one, right? The Vanguard have this on their helmet. That's the Vanguard sort of classic little helmet thingy up there. I don't know what you'd call that. Some Roman history nerd will comment down below and tell me that's actually a bonkabus or what, I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, this looks so sick. He looks awesome, and I can't wait to see, like, because they said that the coloration of your metal, like your metal colors and your eye colors, can be changed, and that is consistent. So you should be able to change the colors that are available here with this as well, which would be awesome. Even if this is like the only armor we get, I'm jazzed. Like, that's awesome. But hopefully we get way more. I'm not trying to jinx it, but yeah, this looks sick. Few outside the Adeptus Mechanicus know the depth of variation in Skitarii units, and that's just the way the Adeptus Mechanicus like it. The frontline variants, the Vanguard and Rangers, are a common sight in the battlefield wherever the Adeptus Mechanicus goes to war. However, many more exist. Within the strategiums of the Astra Militarum High Command, specialized units like the Skitarii Alpha Primus seem more rumor than verified fact. This is primarily due to their unique battlefield role, elite squads capable of more independent thought and action than their Vanguard and Ranger brethren. Upgraded with advanced combat doctrines, reinforced armor plating, and a wide array of weapon rights, these veteran warriors perform the Mechanicus' bidding in the shadows, often engaged in activities that tech priests would rather no one knew about. So yeah, super cool. I cannot wait to see what sort of looks we can expect with the Skitarii. And speaking of looks, let's wrap this video by taking a look, because they did rotate the shop over here. There's not too much in here that I found of interest this week, so I'm just going to give you the quick and dirty rundown here, the little sloppy shoppy. So We got the airman set back in here. I'm not a particularly big fan of running around in like a jumpsuit, so I'm just gonna kind of gloss over those. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Whatever. This looks like when you're wearing your dad's coat. Just too fucking big. We got some helms here that are kind of ugly. We got some helms here that are also kind of ugly. And we got these, which... whatever. Okay, yeah, I'm not thrilled by any of that. We got an okay saber here. It's not the best dueling sword skin in the world, but it's okay. And then we got a lasgun skin, which, as you can see, I have this one. This is a pretty dang good recon lasgun skin as they go. I think there's only one other one that's like anywhere near this good, and it's the one that's the same model. But it's green and has like brown here. But I kind of like the black one. It fits with lots of stuff. Black is yin. Then we have the Zealot. So the Zealot, nah, more jumpsuit stuff. We got some pretty cool pants. If you're MC Hammer, those are nice pants. And then we've got, oh boy, guys, check this out. Okay, so if a couple weeks ago you bought this knife on the Psyker page, Legacy of Rax. All right, so check this knife out. Right, pretty cool knife, huh? 700 bucks. So I mean, you know, you probably got that one. But this week on the Zealot page, you can get this knife. All right, that seems. What do you think? So another 700, by the way. It's not the same thing. These are two different skins, as you can clearly see. So I mean, what do you think? You taking me up on the deal? Yeah, I have no idea why that looks like that. Like, these are virtually identical. In fact, comment down below what the difference is. I spent a long time on stream looking into it. I know what the difference is now. Comment down below if you could notice from that. I doubt you can. Then we have maybe the second worst thing you could possibly put in the shop. This Shredder auto pistol that sucks. Guys, if you're looking for a good Shredder auto pistol skin, which you should be because Shredder auto pistol is cool and based, and you should use it on the Hive Scum and the RBDs, this is the one you want. This one right here. This skin fucks. That is so good. You'll get all the bitches if you have this Shredder auto pistol skin. Trust me, it's definitely works. Then we got, so that was the Zealot, right? Nothing else here. I hate when they put the stupid, like, the same thing in the bottom corner here. Come on, give me something else to mess with. Ugly helmet, ugly helmet, ugly helmet. Great. Okay, going on to Psyker. Wait, that's the wrong one. Going on to Psyker like this. We've got a heavy las pistol. I don't like the heavy las pistol when it has the long thingy over here. It looks weird. I did end up getting this sword, this Force sword, for my challenge character. By the way, I'm gonna be, you know, running that some more later today, 6 p.m. or ish. I don't know, Eastern Standard Time. Just come and check it out. We're trying to climb Havoc, but also my viewers are banning me from doing stuff. Like, for instance, I can't use Bumble. I can't use Flame Staff. I can't, what else? I have to mimic mutants, and I have to compliment every bulwark that I see. It's interesting. You should check it out. It's kind of fun. Now, this sword, it looks alright. I wish there was the one that doesn't have this camo on it, but it's cooler than the default one. I'll say that. Nothing else down here, but over here, no, I'm not going to be a Psyker in a jumpsuit. Fuck that. But this looks sick. Not this, not this, this. This is a cool-ass cloak. In my personal opinion, I actually like these Psyker outfits that have these, like, extra pauldrons. It looks like they're going to, like, I don't know. They can, like, psychic, like, fist. But, yeah, it's just cool. I just really like the way this looks on the arms there. And then we get some nice dangles. This kind of reminds me of that veteran set that also has a bunch of purity seals like that. But I kind of wish this was like not brown. But overall, pretty cool looking. I'm not exactly certain what this would pair with, but I bet there's something that goes really nicely with it that makes it look like very cool altogether. So yeah, I am a big fan of this chest piece. They got one piece so far that I'm into. Okay, here they got two. I like this one as well. I do like this Ogren. I'm the Juggernaut bitch Ogren style thing. So that's good. I know a lot of people like the welding mask. I'm not a big fan. I think it's the armor plated thingies down here. No, and no. And then we got a grenade gauntlet. What? How is this different than normal grenade? Oh, here. That's the difference. It's got a couple holes. So they drilled some holes there. Oh, they changed the thing up here, I guess. So your hand's less protected. Okay, so now you're going to take more damage. You're going to get shot in the side of the hand now. You're going to take 0.01% more damage. Here's a terrible cleaver skin for a terrible weapon, the cleaver. So don't get that, and then more brass crucis. Okay, and that's it for everybody. And let's just go ahead and check. There's no new arbitrator, no new hive scum, and there never will be, guys. stop asking. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Remember to check out the PC Gaming Show tomorrow, 12 Pacific, 3 Eastern. I'll be there. I'll be reacting to it. I will definitely not be in their chat, you know, spamming and getting in trouble for spamming. That's not like me, guys. No way. No siree Bob. Okay, bye everybody. Have a good one. Mystery out. Doodles.